We're the Vankirk family, and this is our NCCS story. I'm Jim, this is my wife Shannon, and our three daughters, Rebecca, who's a junior, Kaya, who is in 7th grade, and Alina, who's a 1st grader. What led us to NCCS was that my company was transferring me to Buckhead, and so we could move literally anywhere in the Atlanta area, in any direction outside of the city center. And we had a year to plan, so we could do a ton of homework, and we did. We did extensive homework. I'm a spreadsheet guy, so we had all kinds of facts and figures down. And ultimately, NCCS made our short list of 3 schools that we considered. Some of the factors were, I'd say, the first impression made by Beth Wright and Joan Carver. They were so helpful to us remotely when we were up in Michigan, and it was really obvious that they wanted us to pick the right school for our family. And not just them, but they really were praying for us that we'd find the right school. I think for me, though, the clincher was when Beth invited us to come down for the Circle of Prayer event, and that kind of sealed it.
What I think sets NCCS apart from other schools for me is just authenticity. So many of the people I meet, they are the same person when you meet them, if you're entering the school, when you see them outside the school. No matter the situation, I just think people are very authentic. They truly care. They're always going to take that time to know what's going on with you. And so I think that's just one of the things that doesn't change, and one of the reasons why we continue to feel like this is home and this is family.
And what I think is special about North Cobb Christian School is a little different now, 8 years later, than it was when we first got here. I think initially I would have said the people, but I would have said it in terms of them being friendly and welcoming. But now, 8 years later, it's deeper than that. It's more about their pouring into our family, investing in us. And I think a testament to that is, when one of the girls rededicated her life to Christ, 2 of the faculty members were required at her baptism. I mean, it wasn't going to happen that day if 2 of those faculty members weren't present. So that says a lot about it.
One of the things that sets NCCS apart for me is our advisory groups, which is basically just a really small little group of a few girls and a teacher or 2 that heads it up. And the sense of friendship and community there is really great because it's a place where I get to let loose and be vulnerable, and it's really hard for me personally to feel alone in my group.
When I look at the future of what I am excited about for NCCS here in the future, of course, my daughter is going to be in graduating class next year, and that is going to be a big moment, and just to see that happen, and just to be able to celebrate with everybody that step and that goal is going to be so exciting. But I think it's also the fact that it just doesn't end, and that just as we've seen with other alumni who've come back, and their impact and how they still give back to the school, and how they still come back to kind of just show how NCCS has impacted them. I can't wait to see that for my children. I can't wait to see them come back and give back to the school, and talk about that impact, and just what the future holds for them because of what they have gained from NCCS.
I would actually add to that, because I'm looking forward to long-term their lives beyond high school, because I feel like all of our kids at their ages right now have such a deeper and firmer foundation of their faith than I ever had in 1st grade or 7th grade or even in high school, and that makes me excited to see what God has in store for them, and how they live out their plan, and how it's deeply rooted in this past several years at school, and I'm celebrating it because we take each year 1 year at a time. We don't know how long our provision will allow us to be here, but we're so thrilled that we've been here. This will be our 8th year, and that's why we're so excited that Rebecca can graduate from North Cobb Christian School, and our plan is that the other girls will as well. We're the Vankirk family, and that's our NCCS story.